I ensure that Africans actually undertake the work in the power sector for the benefit of Africans. And we believe that Nigeria is in a very good position to achieve this. It's been quite challenging, it's been quite interesting, and it's been quite fulfilling. But I'm actually happy that I'm able to contribute my own quota to national development. We have seen significant improvements in the activities of the power sector. It has never been this vibrant. Almost everybody now knows what is happening in the power sector across all segments, be it generation, transmission, and distribution. I believe that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step in the right direction. I'm happy that we're in the right direction now. We have passed the stage of diagnosis, we have passed the stage of lamentation. What we are doing now is to implement and execute workable and practical solutions which we have devised for the success of this sector, and I'm happy I'm able to contribute to this.
Summit is a one-stop supermarket for the mineral sector. As you can see, the host of this summit is the Minister of So really, our story is that it has been known as the food basket of this nation and even beyond. But we are now emerging as one of the mineral hubs of this country. Because like my MP of my nation earlier, the railway state location is right on top of the river, which is giving us an advantage in the area of mineralization. It is our hope that when the full potentials of mineral resources in Benin are explored, and exploited, we come to top in this country.
Benue State is doing a lot. That is why, since we are here, I will show you this pamphlet we have. It carries the summary of the activities that Benue is doing. First and foremost, they inaugurated the Mirenko Benue State chapter, which supports in monitoring and evaluation of mineral licenses to ascertain genuine ones, and also the formation of the Bureau of Mines and Solid Minerals to support, and also the creation of this company is brand new. So the company is tasked with the responsibility to acquire licenses and do mining related businesses on behalf of the state government. And so in all these entities that have been created, we are collaboratively working to ensure that we check CDAs, CSR, CDAs, that is Community Development Agreement, corporate social responsibilities, mine closures and reclamation activities, to ensure that mining activities also benefit the people of the community. Because a lot of times the resources are just scattered away and the people whom are from that community do not benefit from it. So we are Benue State government, under the leadership of His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hysen Andia, is people-oriented and is making sure that the dividends of mining affects the people positively down to the grassroots.
Such effort is very critical today because as a continent we need to start being able to come together to have this meaningful conversation on how and what needs to be done for us to positively exploit or extract our minerals that conform to the demand of the continent, and also to be able to work on connectivity and mobility and sharing of knowledge and experience in areas to do with the geological valuable resources that we have down under on the African soil. We've always been awake, but priorities shift from time to time. It's not too long since, for example, there's a conversation around the world on critical minerals. It was said the other day, identified the other day. So we have not woken up yesterday. We've been awake. It's the fact that there's always a paradigm shift in decision making. So we are making a decision today that works for the moment today and into the future. Policy are created to respond to functionality of a process. So you create a policy that will support programs, and you create policies that will enable things to get done. So and policies are never anchored in stone. They are reviewed from time to time so that it creates really an enabling position for countries to grow and countries to be conducive and friendlier for investment. So that for me really is what the policy conversation. And now for the integration of the continent, we will relook at our policy on how we'll be able to support one another in information sharing, knowledge, investment, the financial architecture, for example, in our African Development Bank, Afri-Exim Bank, the business community. How do we create policies that, for example, you here in Nigeria can easily decide, I am going to take my 1 million naira and invest it in Kenya and it is safe. Vice versa, from a Kenyan citizen who would say, I want to come with my 1 million shilling and invest it in Nigeria and they are safe. So policy frameworks around supportive programs in integration of the continent and our people, particularly in areas trade and growth and industrialization.
Efforts is just an understatement. This is a milestone, a very, very big, major milestone in the Nigerian minerals, solid minerals industry. These are actually the concepts that leads to growth and development of the mining sector in Nigeria. There have been a number of them, so many milestones in terms of, it's not just about a summit, it's about making sure that value is added to the growth and development of the sector. So AFNIS is an investment and energy forum whereby people meet not just within Nigeria, but even outside Nigeria. We wouldn't even say Africa alone. We talk about even people coming from representatives from Germany, Europe, and coming from also Saudi Arabia, and just name them all over the world to be able to be part of this fourth AFNIS summit. So I can say it's a major achievement. I can tell you that the presidential renewed hope agenda, it's obvious that it led to the 7-point agenda of the minister. And the first thing he talked about is the establishment of the Nigerian Solid Mineral Company, which is an investment arm of the federal government. So if out of the 7, if that is the first that you see, you know that definitely we are thinking of the investment, particularly private and public, and then and government partnership towards the sector, which has the shares that are there, so that at the end of the day, I think it's a basic thing. So private sector is very key, and we as regulators will continue to regulate towards private investments all over the world.
This is a very beautiful outing, a great summit where we all bring out the good resources that we have in various states and in all capacities. So it's really a good outing for people to actually know what the Nigerian government is made of. You heard the Honorable Minister mentioned, we are looking for investors who will actually localize most of the things we are doing in our states. Enough of taking out the raw materials and leaving the environment not so suitable. So under the leadership of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer A.A. Sule, is making sure that people who are coming into the state are developing and having the factory in the state, so that one, we have the wealth that we are talking about, and then we have job creation for our youth. A little bit challenging, but we're doing our best to make sure that we make Nasarawa greener, we make our environment suitable for the citizen of Nasarawa State and for any other guests that we are expecting in the state. For me, in terms of leadership, you have to give everything you can to make sure that you contribute your own quarter to the system, and that we are doing, creating a lot of policies that will be working, not just having all these laws and policy, but the one that will actually impact the life of our citizens.
We went to China to see what they're doing differently, for us to copy and come back to the States and do the same thing for the benefit of our people and for the boosting of our internal generated revenue. Yeah, we went there, they have also almost the same numbers of mineral, solid mineral that we have in the country. They have more than that, but the way their manner they are using their own is different from what we are doing. We know majorly what we are doing in Nigeria is locally. So basically, you have to know what they have injected to their system to make it work. And the only difference is with what they did there and what we are doing is technology. It's a technology they have used, injected in their own solid mineral development that make it differ from us. And African mentality, African factor, we don't have that technology. So we met with them to partner with us in the area of technological transfer and training, so that our own way of developing solid mineral may be the same with their ways. Instead of them coming to cut away with our raw materials, we want them to come, show us the way, do it together, process the raw materials before taking it abroad, so that it can generate revenues. It can generate more revenues and create job opportunity for our teaming youth. It's been wonderful because just to be transparent to your leader, to the governor, the chief servant of Kogi State Governor. I served as a commissioner of solid mineral under former Governor Yaya Bello for 4 years, and now I'm serving under Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo again for another term, and I know what it is, your capacity to display your talent, it's your capacity to be transparent, it is the way and manner you are ready to serve your people. So serving your people, I think, is also same as serving God Almighty. So by the time you serve your people well, the governor is a listening governor. The man with listening ear, and he sees what we are doing.
Services in oil and gas, in the solid mineral, in the energy world, and in the water resources, and also environment. So, but for today, for the purpose of this summit, we are concentrating on solid minerals. Our technology is called thermovision tomography. From the name, thermo means it is heat. It relies on the feature of heat to identify minerals wherever they are, anywhere in the world. And it uses the satellite to detect the information. Unlike other technologies where you have to carry equipment to go to the bush, carry human beings, endangering them, and paying a lot of money getting access, or if it is offshore for oil and gas, you have to carry vessels that cost millions. This one, you don't need any equipment at all. You don't need human beings to go into the bush, damaging the forest or damaging water, throwing dynamite anywhere, nothing of that sort. Everything is got through the satellite in one position. The beauty of this technology is that it can cover a large area within a short time. To just put it in perspective, an area like the size of Lagos, it can cover it within 1 hour. And it will take other technologies more than 6 years or 7 years to gather the information. And then it gathers it within an hour, and we can take a couple of months, 3 to 6 months, analyze the information with our patented algorithm that is patented internationally for 30 years, and then using AI, analyze the information and give back to you to go and start drilling. And it tells you exact quantity, exact quality, and gives you exact GPS coordinates where you have to place your mining equipment and get the information. You don't go and start 100 meters, 200 meters, 1 kilometer away and damaging the environment before you get to. It's like a surgical operation. Somebody tells you I have a tumor in the head. You don't begin to do operation from the leg. You go straight where it is and remove it. And that's what it does. No damage for environment, no damage to human beings. And the beauty of it is the time. Time is money. If it takes other technologies 10 years, it takes us from gathering equipment information, analyzing and giving you a result to go and start drilling or mining, a matter of between 3 to 6 months. And accuracy is 95%, and success rate is 100%. When we say 100%, it's for the past 21 years, where it's been deployed in all over the world. North America, South America, Southeast Asia, Africa, Nigeria, you have all the places we have used it behind those guys. Go and ask them. Nobody has ever complained. If he says there is gold here, or silver, or diamond at this particular location, exact GPS coordinates and this depth and this quantity. You go there, that's what you do. You get. What you get is what you say is what you get. No beating about the bush. We used to have it as a bragging right that if you go to look what we have told you to go and check, whether it's oil and gas or solid mineral, if you don't get it, don't pay. But for the last 10 years, we say, well, everybody was happy, we stopped doing that. And a lot of advantages for accruing from this technology for the government, for the mining companies, and for the insurance. For the government, for instance, before you sell a mining right or license, you want to know what is there, the quantity. So you charge the license holder, or there will be a license holder according to what is going to get there. You don't sell him a license to go and mine for iron, and he goes down and begin to take your gold, diamond, and everything you don't know. You should know exactly what is there before you sell it. And for the mining company, we want to know before you buy the license, what am I going to get before I spend my money? And for the investment companies, banks, before you give money to the mining companies to go and mine, you want to be sure that you are going to get your money back. Not when you have given them money, later on they come back, oh, sorry, we didn't get the oil mining, we didn't get the gold. They told us there is gold there, but there's no gold. Go and tell it to the wind. They want their money back. There are companies and investment companies and insurance companies, before they insure you, they will tell you to go and use thermovision tomography to go and certify that what you say is there before we can give you money. Wow. So this technology can give you information as deep as 100 kilometers into the earth, 95% accuracy, 100% success rate, and 40% cheaper than any other technology can give you. And we stand to be challenged. And it has never failed, and it will never fail. But because we are not God, that's why we're saying success, accuracy 95%. But success rate, what we have done so far, 100% everywhere. What I'm taking home, I've come here to build alliances, build partnerships for us to begin to look inwards and start using what we have in Africa under our feet to get what we want. We should stop going abroad, borrowing money we can never pay back, and the debt is holding us when we have more than what we need. This technology, as I said, is now going to be used for the rest of Africa, converting our mineral resources into money. Tokenization it is called, and digitalization of our mineral resources into money, e-money. And that's what we are going to do going forward. A company has already been formed. I'm a shareholder in it. There are foreign companies bringing millions of dollars to back this thing up, and it's starting with Nigeria, going to other countries. You can see one of my partners flew in from Botswana. The government is begging me to come and use it for the entire country. Wow. The Democratic Republic of Congo, I'm supposed to be there this week, but I'm going back there next week. They are using it to cover the entire country. The country is 3 times the size of Nigeria, and they have the largest deposit of any mineral anywhere in Africa, and they want to use this technology. And I already have 3 mining sites personally, 3 mining sites in that country, which have started, and I'm going back next week to go there and take some people from here, some employees, to go and start. Already this technology is being used in Cross River State. We are mining in Bashu local government. So we are speaking facts. So facts, and we have used this technology. Result is in the brochure I'm giving you. Use it to map the entire country to know where we can say this is a gold region, this is a diamond region, and then if you have interest, you can now tell us, I'm more interested in this particular mineral. We give you a detailed information for you to go and start mining. No waste of time, no waste of money, and no waste of environment.
For us, it's a platform to beam our efforts at ensuring that the industry is revitalized. It's brought to fruit in terms of not just talking about government, the review of the mining legislation and what to do, but actually to establish and make it fruitless so that people will feel the necessary impact that is needed for such an industry. And for us, it's also a generational industry that surpasses me as an individual. and God knows where. It's just like the oil, which we know it started in the 60s, and today we were never there when the exploration work was taking place, but today is the main hub of the economy. So the same thing can happen in the solid mineral. Beside the law, has been reviewed and passed in 2006, 2007 thereabouts, which has beamed light on the industry and has created some level of comfort. But again, also we have leverage on the fact that it now guarantees license tenures. It has put agencies to ensure such, even though they need to do better as a government, as a regulators. But again, also as an individual who is a player in the industry, it gives us a comfort that we could put in the needed resources and energy to validate licenses or prospects and still have partners that we can discuss and see a way forward. And this is exactly what this platform is affording us. Us lip service and actually take actions and make sure that the individual players are protected, because that's where we're having a lot of challenge. We, as the local individual players in the industry, are not really protected. When I mean protection, is like anybody can come and decide to acquire a license or get into the field and extract what he wants to extract without even the government knowing. And a lot of times just government makes statements but never put it to play. And it takes a lot, different agencies and ministries to check that, not just the Minister of Mining saying, exploitation of raw material has been banned, but what happens to other regulatory agencies that are also to see to that statement?
Geoscan is a full-service exploration advisory firm with our parent company in Berlin, Germany. And Geoscan carries out remote sensing exploration coupled with our patent G-Scan technology that significantly shortens the exploration time, is less environmentally harmful, and also more cost effective, because ultimately to grow this sector we need to find a way to explore at scale, and this is exactly what Geoscan offers. We've been operating in Nigeria for a year, and in this year we've completed 3 projects, one in Katsina, one in Bauchi, and one in Kaduna. And we're here to show and showcase that this technology works, and it's really what we should be driving towards adopting as a country.
Firstly, we want to congratulate the Honorable Minister and the team in pulling this event together. We have found out that it is an event that allows every stakeholder in the sector to come together, to brainstorm, to discuss, and to look at how to move this sector forward. We feel privileged to be part of these conversations, and we hope that the solid mineral sector can continue to contribute to the diversification effort of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So we congratulate the Minister and the Ministry for this. It has been an interesting journey, but one that we're happy that we're where we are today. We started in 2016 when Thor Explorations acquired Segilola. It was still an exploration project, but today we're a gold producing company. We built the gold mine. Now we are producing and exporting. Some interesting things about the project would be we are now at 99% local labor force, 99%. So only 1% is expatriate, 1% of our labor force. We have continued to contribute. If you look at some of our, may I just ask that you show, just look at this to find out some interesting stats about our project, community engagements, making sure that the communities that host us also benefit from this project. So that's key for us, that there is peace, there is harmony, and there is transfer of economic and social benefits from the company to the people who make it possible for us to continue to be there. We were all reflecting 2 days ago, and we said that there was a dedicated effort by the former president to push this sector forward. They made it possible that companies like ours could thrive. Policies were birthed to ensure that this sector becomes a key player in the GDP of Nigeria. That's what changed. Previous governments maybe wanted to do it, but they had that resolve to ensure that when the investor got here, the ground, the playing field was conducive for him. That's what changed. That's what happened, and that's what helped us.
I go to a lot of events, lots of summits all over the world, because our technology brings value to many countries all over the world. But I have to say that I'm particularly happy and very proud to be here in Nigeria, because I believe that if you can make it in Nigeria, you can make it anywhere. And the Nigerian economy is really the strongest powerhouse in Africa now. And so if you're not here, you're basically losing out. So I believe we are living in very interesting and prosperous times, because for the first time I feel that there's a shift in the value chain and in the value creation and in the creation of prosperity. So it's not being extracted and going out, but it's being extracted, but it's staying here. So the value is created here. So we're not just extracting, but we're also contributing to the value chain so that local value and prosperity is created. And I salute the government for being very sound about this, and private sector like Geoscan, which can enable to create value not only for private sector, but also for local communities throughout Nigeria. We have two companies. We have a holding company, which is in Germany, but we have a Nigerian company called Geoscan Technology Limited, based in Abuja. We have a local team of geologists, of business experts, of technicians, of data analysts, and we're able to basically pull off and execute any exploration project that either comes from the government, from the private sector, or a PPP. Our technology is cutting edge, very disruptive, because we're working not with seismic, but we're working with satellite images. And other than other remote sensing companies, we have a proprietary AI-driven, deep data-enabled solution, which allows us to give you very exact information about the ore below surface in 3D, much more accurate, 94% accuracy, much more time efficient. So when other exploration projects need 2 years, 3 years, we can do it in 6 months. And last but not least, very cost efficient. And that is what matters. Because in the first phase, which is exploration, money is a problem. When it comes to extradition, when it comes to actually taking the resource, then it's a multi-billion dollar investment. But now in the first phase, you still need to find the investors. So you're basically investing yourself, and you need a solution which is time efficient but also cost efficient. And this is what Geoscan can give you.